This global citizenship project is brought to you by David and Christy. The event that we have chosen is the water crisis in Flint, Michigan that made the headlines on January 19, 2016. On January the 5th, a state of emergency was issued in Flint, Michigan over the toxic lead that was found in their drinking water. Flint, Michigan is 70 miles away from the Great Lakes. 15% of the homes are boarded up or abandoned, and 40% of the city is considered poverty-stricken. For years, Detroit supplied the city with water until 2 years ago when the mayor decided to cut costs and change the water supply from Detroit to the corroded Flint River. The Flint River is 19 times more contaminated than Lake Huron. The lead that is the major concern is found in tap water and usually occurs because of corrosion in older fixtures and pipes. This corrosion can leak into the water supply, and high levels of lead can cause major health issues as it enters into the bloodstream. High lead levels in the bloodstream can lead to irreversible consequences, especially in children, including learning disabilities, behavior issues, and mental retardation, and even coma or death. Lead in the bloodstream of Flint children had doubled or even tripled in just the 2 short years since the change. And this is how it works. Corrosive Flint River water gets into the water mains, and then those go to the service lines and then into homes. However, in Flint, the water lines are made of iron, which can turn the water brown. And half of the pipes in Flint homes are made of lead. For at least a year, the city officials denied that any of the water had any issues until 2011. A statement was issued, and indeed, the Flint River water was tainted and needed to be treated. The city has tried to revert back to the Detroit water, but unfortunately, the damage has already been done. On January 19, 2016, Michigan Mayor Rick Snyder says that he failed the people of Flint, Michigan, and that he was going to spend the rest of his time in office trying to fix the problem. And he spent most of his annual State of the Union making promises to the residents of Flint, Michigan. Here, we are sure to hear more of this terrible situation and the effect that it will have in this city and their natural resources. Our question to you is, how could you integrate this into a K-2 classroom? Here we have selected 4 standards to develop a lesson plan. For kindergarten, we could explain ways that we use environmental resources to meet basic needs, in this case, drinking water. For first grade, we could explain how people use natural resources in their community and how the environment affects people in the communities that we live. And for second grade, we gave examples of which people depend on physical environment, natural resources to meet their basic needs, and how people positively and negatively affect the environment. We have listed additional resources to help you discover many different ideas to use in your own lesson planning. And you can also find many of the resources used in this Powtoon at cnn.com. We hope you enjoy and would love to hear your feedback.
Created using Powtoon.